If you're in the water treatment business and you attend trade shows, then listen closely to this video. You see, trade shows are often packed with exhibitors, and many of them are your competitors. So you have dozens, even hundreds of booths, okay? Dozens and dozens of water dispensers and all sorts of stimuli for the visitors. But what's the problem with all this? The visitor doesn't really know where to go, so they just wander around hoping to stumble upon what they're looking for. They stop where something catches their eye or where they're given a reason to stop. So if you're in the water treatment business, whether you sell or rent water treatment systems, you can't just rely on chance. You need to give a clear and immediate incentive to the people you want to attract to your showroom, your booth, and even your website, okay? And we're talking about smart incentives here. So obviously not discounts or offers where you just give away the purifier and things like that. Not the classic stop by and get a free purifier for the month of October kind of thing. No, something that has real tangible value for the customer, okay? The specific customer you want to attract. So not for everyone, but targeted to the customer you want. Let me give you an example. One of our partners at Onnwater sent out a message before a trade show, and they said, okay, if you book a visit to our booth, you'll receive a personalized simulation of the water management cost for your business. In this case, it was a partner of ours whose target market was restaurants, and they created a simulator that showed restaurant owners how much they could save by using water dispensers in their establishments and how much they could earn by, charging for it, selling the water in bottles, but sourced from a dispenser, okay? So anyone who booked an appointment received this free cost analysis with real data, okay? It compared their actual expenses, in this case the restaurants, and gave them a complete overview. What was the result? The result was that this collaborator, our partner, received 30 bookings, held, let's say, 17 appointments, and closed a solid 10 deals, okay? But why did it work? Because the incentive wasn't just a gift or a discount, it was something of useful value, in this case to the restaurant owners. It was a tangible, specific value, okay? For them, for their businesses. So, I don't have much time in this video, but I can give you 3 types of incentives you can also use if you're in the water treatment business, at trade shows or in showrooms, to attract the customers you're interested in. The first tip I can give you is a free diagnostic, we can call it that. Basically, a form to fill out, okay? For the client, where you can assess the quality of their current system, if they already have one, of course, including costs, hidden risks, and so on. And then you present your offer. Of course, this works if your clients, for example, have an old purification system and want to replace it, but they don't know how to replace it or what to replace it with. In that case, you can help them. Number 2, a personalized study where you simulate the savings on water, energy, and space with your system compared to either another system they already have or the old method, which could be, for instance, using cases of water. You perform this analysis and show your clients the comparison. Make them understand it. 3, you could offer access to exclusive content, like a reserved report titled "The 5 Mistakes Restaurateurs Make When Choosing a Water Purification System," or "How to Avoid Fines for PFAS in Your Establishment," okay? So these are all topics that obviously educate. If you don't know what educate means in this context, I suggest you watch another video where I discuss it, because it's something that's obviously useful for your communication. And the fact is, who better than us, who are in the water treatment sector, knows how to communicate with water treatment clients? You see, water treatment is a unique industry, okay? You can't rely on agencies. You can't listen to what so-called communication experts tell you to do, because it doesn't work, okay? So I'm telling you these things because, just like you, I'm in the water treatment industry, okay? Remember that when you give your clients a good incentive, you achieve 2 results. First, you attract the right person to your showroom, your booth, or your website. And second, you have a reason to justify a follow-up contact, okay? You have a way to justify why you're contacting them again. Why are you contacting them? You're contacting them because the customer themselves provided their details to be contacted after receiving your incentive, whatever it was, okay? So, as you can see, everything is planned. It all has to be part of a strategic action plan and not left to chance. So, before you jump straight to proposing your offer, your quote for your system and so on, take these steps first. Educate the customer. Let them realize on their own that having your system is purely an advantage, with no downside whatsoever. And at that point, they'll be the one asking you to install the system, and you won't have to chase them, okay? You won't have to convince them to install it, because they'll already be convinced on their own. This video is coming to an end. As always, if you enjoyed it, follow the Onnwater page on YouTube and click the bell so you don't miss the next videos. Goodbye.